Okay, so yesterday my camera died mid-update. It's now a day later, so I've got to catch up. But I was pretty much at the end of my update for the 29th. That, yeah, basically I wasn't feeling well, and yeah, that was fine. But so this, yeah, I think that was done. So I'm at, now it is 9:30 AM on the 31st of January, and I will now update you for the 30th, because I finally have a bit of charge on my camera and my phone and everything, as we still have no power at home and no running water, so still loving life. But yesterday was an alright day. As you saw in the video from the morning, I was very hungry. The cake did stay in my stomach. I've discovered my favourite breakfast food is called the one that I keep eating. Well, no, I've only had it twice actually, but it's actually delicious. It's like a donut hole, but a big donut hole. It's like doughy and hot, and I've realised they it's like a ball of dough that they dip in syrup and then they fry. I think it's called Kitaumi. One of the things I've never heard anyone say it, so I don't know what exactly, but I'm going to ask. But yeah, so I had, yesterday I walked for a bit. What the hell did I do first? Did I go to the mall? No. So the first thing I did, I went to, I walked, and then I finally got on a matatu and went to try an attempt to make my way to the clinic that I was meant to be visiting in Diani Beach. Now the trip to Diani Beach is long and takes ages. Basically from here I have to catch a matatu to the ferry, which takes maybe half an hour. And then I have to wait for the ferry, get on the ferry, which is only a short ride, but all up takes about another 45 minutes once you get on and off, and I herded like cattle through the thing. And then another matatu, but I got across to the other side of the ferry and ate some more of the, they have, okay, so in Kenya, they have chips, like hot chips, but they are feral. Like absolutely feral. They're like the worst hot chips you'd ever buy in Australia, even from like the good places, like the really upmarket restaurants. They're like feral. There's like oil dripping off them, and they're soggy and not good. So yeah, but they do have, what they do have is this thing called, it's traditional African food called Viazi Karai. Karai, yeah. They've got different Viazi dishes because Viazi just means potato, but Viazi Karai is like they dip the potato in gram flour, so pretty much batter, and then fry it. But it's like these little chunks of potato, and it's everywhere, and it's delicious. Sorry, my gum just decided to go feral. Literally. I don't know what happened there. But anyways, yeah, there's this thing called Viazi Karai, and I ended up eating a whole heap of that because I was craving salt and soft foods, and it's like soft potato. But yeah, so that was good, but I was across the ferry, so in Diani Beach, but I had no idea where I was, how to get to where I was going, or anything like that. So I kind of played it by ear, got on a matatu that I thought was going in the right direction, and turned out it was. So I told the conductor guy on the matatu that I wanted to get off at where I wanted to get off, and luckily he knew the place where I wanted to get off, so that was fine. He told me where to get off, and where I got off, I had no idea where the actual clinic was, but luckily I had the contact details of the lady at the clinic. And where I got off, there was a big supermarket, so yay, I got some sparkling water, always makes me feel better, and some chocolate, because chocolate is amazing and a lifesaver sometimes, and I was on the verge of sleeping, so I needed the sugar. But yeah, so I managed to make it to the clinic after someone came to where I got off the matatu and got me to the clinic. And it's like what's it called, the teen center. And basically what this clinic is it's much better set up, this one, but it's been there a lot longer, and they have like 2,000 people enrolled in their program. But basically it's not a methadone clinic, but it does work in drug rehabilitation. So basically the addicts drop into this clinic, they can see a doctor for free, they can get, they can brush their teeth in the bathroom, they can have a shower, they get fed, they get counselling from proper counsellors and addiction counsellors. There's caseworkers and all sorts of things, and the centre works like a reach out group, so they actually go to the places, the hot spots where lots of people are injecting, and they hand out clean needles and they educate them on harm minimisation and all that. Everyone enrolled in the program gets like a kit with like condoms and all sorts of like clean needles and all that sort of stuff to try and stop the spread of HIV. And yeah, so it's a really nice centre. I met the doctor there and I met everyone that works there. It's really well set up and they do good work, because they have they get the drug addict, they get the addicted people, but they also get a lot of sex workers there, because the doctor there, she was lovely, and she's like, I don't like turning anyone away, so anyone that rocks up there for services she just treats. And yeah, so it was really nice to visit there. I got to see them do another dressing. This place actually has some semi-good dressing materials, or the best I've seen of any clinic so far. And yeah, she explained to me like the most problematic diseases and problems. So TB is one of the main things, and obviously HIV, but she does all like the cervical screening for the women, and all that sort of thing, and they refer to other government centres, because this is a government centre, they refer to other government centres for like family planning and all that sort of thing. But the main job of this place is like harm minimisation for drug addicts. They're hoping soon to start a methadone program there, but this centre like caters for a very large area, so that's why they have 2,000 people in the program. But yeah, I didn't actually spend that long there because I was literally falling asleep in the chair. It took ages to get there. I left Shanzu at like 8:30 AM and I didn't get to Diani Beach until 12. I didn't get to the clinic till 12, so that was fun. Yeah, I stayed there for a bit. I saw her treat just this little boy that came in from a local school who had an infected toe, the poor thing. And then the doctor taught me lots about how the system works here. And then I went for another walk. I walked to Diani Beach, and realised that me on 3 hours sleep walking through a whole heap of little Kenyan market stalls is not always good, because they're very good salespeople sometimes. I didn't actually end up spending too much, but I did buy a little bit of more souvenirs that probably didn't need, but hey, only here once. So but yeah, so let's check here. Yeah, went to Diani Beach, went back to the restaurant that I'd been to before called 40 Thieves, which is like a more western place, and I hadn't actually like eaten there before, so I thought they'd have nice food. But I sat like on a lounge at the beach and it was beautiful, but I ordered calamari and chips because I knew I needed something substantial, but I wanted something semi-freshening, and oh my god, it was feral. I ate it, but it was feral. The calamari was like, and the chips were visibly dripping in oil. The calamari was rubbery because it was just that far overcooked that it was ridiculous. And at least the chips were hot and crunchy. They were dripping with oil, but at least they were hot and crunchy. They had one redeeming factor that I haven't found in any chips so far. So yeah, hated how unhealthy it made me feel. but what can you do? So I sat there for a bit, then made the trek back. I stopped off in town, walked around town for a bit, bought another pair of Masai Sandles, or swapped over the plastic pair that I bought for a leather pair, and then came back, sat in City Mall, charged my things again, and headed back to Shanzhou. I was literally falling asleep at City Mall by the time I got there, and I was bloody exhausted. And me being me, I got home and Mama had made chapati, so I was still feeling pretty crap, but ended up still eating chapati because there's nothing better than fresh chapati. So yay, went to bed feeling crap. But I had new experiences, saw new places and bought new things. So still a good day for the 30th of Jan. And yeah, so far so good today, and looking forward to a day at Fort Jesus.